get this biatch ready. Alright, let's watch this shit burn. Let's watch it burn. Here we go. All right, now we get it. Yeah, you watched the show then. That's good, Fleck. That's cool. Yeah, this really could be happening now. So I don't do, and my wife's out with her mom. So that's honestly one of the best benefits ever of having your mother-in-law live with you. I mean, your wife just typically either has somebody else to fight with, or is just generally happier. So yeah, it actually works out. Among the 5 living women with whom I live, my mother-in-law is by far the easiest. All right, so oops, I got my small tiny. Gosh, market is brutal. I decided to take out the vast majority of what I was trading with in futures, and then made a rule for myself: just give it a few days, and then 24 hours later, that's when I should have had it all in. But I'm trading with a very small amount of money and have those. I mean, it's still over $1,000 in profit in a day, but I took almost all my money out of futures because I just did not like the whale games. I didn't like the whale games. All right, so actually, let's do this. That's the best way. To light a cigar, especially a real cigars. Black and milds are not real. All right, so at 27.2, ooh, it actually did get a good bounce there. Yeah, it might not. So let's see where these drives down started. I usually like looking at the 1 hour to get the best understanding of when the drives are happening. Where was that? This is the first drive. 1, 2, that could be considered 3. So 1, bounce, 2, bounce, 3, but it looks 1, 2, bounce, 3. I think it almost looks like 25.9 is going to be more probable. It has a chance to really. So I just made a video that I was not going to upload until Sunday morning, because I thought I already knew this was getting ready to take off, but it started taking off near the end of my 30-minute video, so I decided to upload it because it's happening now. Like you literally might wake up in a couple days, even probably not tomorrow, but it could be. It really could be. But by Wednesday, you could wake up in Bitcoin as at 22K, or had hit 22K. Yeah, I already knew it was going to hit that line and do something. I don't know how much it's going to go up. I mean, you really at this point have to look at the 3-minute chart. So what kind of structure we have? So we have this box up here. So I will give you the exact levels on if this is going to go much higher. So this is a drive down with a wick, a local high. Actually, I'm going to have to go to the 1-minute chart. Yeah, the 1-minute chart's finicky, but it gives a lot of good information. All right, yeah, because I can see this better. It has the wick down, so that is an area. There's no... That it should have come down more and made a higher low, or I mean a lower high. That's just one move. It's already back over here. It looks, yeah, so it's coming back to this box. It looks like it's going to get to this box. So that is exactly where it's getting ready to go. It could top out here, but I don't think it will, because it's already making that inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is just so common after a few drives down. 1, yeah, I guess that's 3. On the 1-minute chart, it's 3, but usually that doesn't count. and then it comes back up to close to meet that, pulls back at a level almost exactly to that one. See how it almost comes, it's almost symmetric. And then it did bust above that neckline. So now it is coming back to rest on that. And it's going up to the next box. So it's coming up here. It's going to go up to 27.9 now. Most likely, it could peter out. It could peter out here in this box and then use it as resistance and then come down back to this point, try to bounce back up and then work its way, boom, boom, use it as resistance and then keep heading down. That would be, I think that's second most likely within the next 30 minutes. And I'm telling you, that shape, I mean, pattern traders, I mean, they're definitely right with a few things. Like, I mean, that shape is the most common. It's one of the most common things out there, and it's all about to do with horizontals and when low-term time frames. Traders and bots, they go off the horizontals, and horizontals mix with volume, but that's what create the wicks essentially. And so it's always about the wick and a lower high. That's. And if they line nearly perfectly or within a half of 25% of it, 1%, that's usually where it's at. So let me take these off for a second. I'll move this up and I'll move this up and we'll see which one happens. So I started it from there, right? I'll just move this straight over actually so I can move it straight back. And I'll move this straight over so I can move it straight back. All right. I think it's going to give this box one more try, though. I don't think it'll top out at that. That's a baby lower high, so that's not going to be enough to stop this. It's coming up here most likely, but it might not. Let's see. All right, let's look at some questions. Hey, brother. Yeah, what's up, Tim? I mean, my wife's out with her mom right now. My kids are all relaxed. I didn't convince them to go to sleep, but they're chilling. And I have a nice guard dog now that got dumped on us. And one of my wife's Latina friends said, "Oh, could you take care of our awesome dog?" Like, it is a really cool dog. It's a giant schnauzer. Those dogs are cool. They act a lot. They act probably like 60% Great Dane. It's kind of, but I think that's how they made the schnauzers into giant schnauzers, is specifically by adding shepherd dog and a lot of Great Dane. They act a lot like a Great Dane, but they're not as violent. Great Danes, especially female Great Danes, are pretty damn violent. I had one, and my neighbor's dog had one, and they went at it. Ooh, they were bad. And female Great Danes are just not good with other female dogs. Like, woo. Boys, typically, across all, or across some species, are a little calmer. Definitely not over the whole male mammalia kingdom, though. Right. Yeah, I still think it's going to pop up here. So what is it testing? It might come test down to this somewhere between here to here first before then hitting that box. And I promise you, the same shapes, the same everything happens on the 1 minute time frame. It just gives you quick information, and the shelf life of what you see is a lot shorter lived. Like, it'll live like 30 minutes or something. So any signal, any pattern, anything, any EMA cross, anything that you play, it's the same as it would be on the daily chart, on the weekly chart, on anything, but the shelf life is simply more reminiscent of the time frame from which you're gathering the information. It's sometimes times 20, times 30, times 4, once you get to the bigger time frames. No, it might be more like times 20 and 30. Maybe even 45, because... No, maybe not 45, like 20, because a 4-hour signal is like a week-ish. And 4-hour RSI signals are more like a month. And then the weekly signals often take a year or a half a year. Yeah, because when you're really staring at the weekly chart, you're looking at macro stuff. And when you're looking at monthly stuff, you're looking at signals that last years and years. That's why I like the 1 hour chart, because it's so congruent to the daily chart in terms of the candles and the candle formations. The 1 hour chart blends very nicely with the daily chart. And then the 5 minute blends very nicely with the 1 hour. So if you're seeing 1 hour ideas, then you can zoom in and finesse that with the 1 hour signal. And then you can finesse your final decision with the 5 minute signal to get as finessed of an entry as possible. And then when you set risk management, then I typically like to do that off the 1 hour chart specifically. 1 hour candles, 1 hour candle wicks or candle bodies. To try to hide my stops just out of reach where everybody else is setting their stops, which is obviously the key, because if you're setting your stops where everybody else is, you're going to get wicked out, and then the move will go the way you thought. That's the way it works. Or you want to enter where you would typically stop. That's another trick, but I'm giving away too much free information here. That's something my Discord already knows. If you're getting stopped out too much, here are the 3 easy things that you can do. Like, super simple. And then one of the favorite ones has to do with stochastics. I'm not going to give you the information for that, but the consensus across my Discord is that they like the stochastic one the best, that I teach them on if you're getting stopped out too much. Some newer people get stopped out too much because they're using too much leverage, and they know my rules for if this much leverage, then your stops must be over time to be profitable this exact percentage away or less from your entry. And some people, then the rules for the leverage that I tell them is too much, 7 and 10, it's even tighter, therefore you have no wiggle room, and you're actually going to trade less profitably over time if you're averaging 10x leverage or more. You will not be as profitable over time. And I will guarantee that, and I would bet anybody on that. However, I guess there could be exceptions for 10 and 15%, especially if you're in a winning trade and you get a nice, sexy pullback, that you're still fully in profit from your 5x. And it starts getting some movement up. That would be okay to turn it up to 10x and add to a higher low as it closed, let's say 1 hour candle or multiple 5 hour or 5 minute candles in a row. That could be a time to then step up your addition on nice, sexy, larger time frame higher lows. If you're thinking of getting a macro move, not just a range. But there's never an exception for 50x. You will get washed out and you will lose all your money. That's in futures. All right, it didn't hit that box. It got close. What did it hit? Hit nothing. That's weird. I still think it's going to hit it. It should hit it still. Hell, it might come down to this box first and then hit my box. Let's see. Or this is just going to start capitulating. It could get nasty. I mean, look what it was doing with my trading channel here. Yeah, so that was my big trading channel. I've been putting all over Twitter. And again, my Twitter has the number 2 afterward. Closest right to these 2. I gave some badass charts on there. I'm not giving you future signals and trading signals, but if you're a student of the charts and you see at least the general information, you can usually get some pretty good signals out of it, but it's not specific signals with entries and stops. But so yeah, this is the bottom, the last line. So all this teal stuff is the last line of support for the bulls. So if you zoom out, that was the last support, and I'll show you where those came from. I didn't mention that in the YouTube video I just uploaded, but this is where that last line of support is absolutely confirmed. There is no question. It's not arguable. Nothing. You can argue all you want, but you'll be wrong. See all these wicks from these? So these are weekly powerful candles. So wick, 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 wick. Maybe choose that one and that one. Maybe, but it didn't price already go below that. Pretty sure price, or even if I extended it, being generous, right? Yeah, price is below it now. Yeah, see that price? Yeah, it went below it. Yeah, I still think it's going to hit that box one more time. Yeah, it might just do that. Let's see how good of a guess this was. I don't know what. Did I put it up too high this time or what? Yeah, oh yeah, I did. It was down here. Something like that. Yeah, there you go. All right, yeah, I think it should follow this formation if it goes up. And if it doesn't go up, it'll go right like that. Like that. All right, let's look at some questions until this happens. Nope, I'm going to be wrong. That's a lower high and a lower low, so that's not going to happen. Then I can erase those. Yep, even lower highs and lower lows on 1 minute really counts. So that means the 5 minute and the 15 minute are going to take over, and those are still going down. So if I go to the 15 minute, that's just a drive down. So this is turning into it. So since the 1 minute gave up the possibility to go up a little more, this is a drive down. This is a corrective bounce up, and now it's coming down more. So it's going to go below this line now. Because the 1 minute gave up the opportunity for it to trump, this idea. So it's now coming down. But it's still going to slow down in general. 27K moves. Ooh, look at that. Wait, maybe it will hit that box one more time. Here comes my wife. Let's go back to the 1 minute chart. All right, I'm going to set an alert here at that. So at this wick here, I'll set an alarm there so I can look at price again and stop answering questions. So I will set an alarm there and set an alarm there, and I'll answer questions until I hear it go off. So I'm going to have to put my headphones on. Or at least halfway on. And I shouldn't be in mono anymore because I was pissing with and somebody on freaking Twitter gave me the right thing, and it wasn't even one of the easy troubleshooting on YouTube. All the people who usually help me out. The guy on YouTube I always go to for microphone help, he taught me how to get it back on not mono through the sound controls, but the echoey I couldn't figure it out. Oh, is it going to hit that box or not? Come on. I don't think it will. We got lower lows and lower highs. So, yeah, it's coming down. All right. Could hit that box and go. Man, it might be 50-50. Once it hits that, it's probably coming down after that. Let's do this. All right. So, I got the alarm set. Let's look at some questions here. Hey, brother. What's up, America? What's up? We're going down. Yes, more. There could be a pause for a good 24 hours at 27K, and if it does do that, I would say the highest it'll go is in this box, which is at the bottom of the previous last line of defense for bulls. So this box where all that structure is, if it were to get past here again, which it could, it'll go to 27.9, 27.850, close to 27.9. Yeah, it could hit 27.9. It'll be right at it. It could be at the top of that wick or the bottom of that wick. So which is where this box is exactly. Yeah. 27.9 to 27.8. Yeah, in that $100 range, that's the highest this will go before it comes back down to this channel. And if you want to zoom out, that channel is the 3-month long channel that started back in March over. Ooh, I got a lot of shit going on here, don't I? Take that off. Yeah, so this channel that I'm flashing right here that channel is out because it already broke out of it, right? All right, so now it's falling in. Wow, I got a lot of alerts set. What the heck? Why don't I get rid of these? Huh. She's inside in our room.
What room?
Our room. Yeah, I just saw her. Oh, then she's in her Arya's room. Whenever my wife can't locate a child within 10 seconds, it becomes an emergency very fast. I've just accepted it. Like I can't rationalize with it anymore. But that's good. I mean, she is really worried about kids. One of her worst nightmares, repetitive, recurring is the word. Nightmares is losing a child. I don't get nightmares. My recurring dreams are about tornadoes, but since I live in the Midwest and I'm a dad, obviously I'm a person who would go out on my porch and freaking start recording it as I yell at everybody get in the basement. That would be me. And I've been out there plenty of times when there's a frontline storm mega cell. I like to try to, one of these days, I'm going to get a picture of a tornado or a video of a tornado. All right. Why did I go to the 1 hour? Oh yeah, so you can see it falling back into this channel. Yeah, so this channel goes back to March back here. Okay, some 48K, it stayed in, broke out, it's coming back in. That is exactly where it's going. It's like unquestionable, which is why I made that video before it ever bounced at 27.2. And where did it bounce? Exactly at that line. Like, let's go to the 1 minute watch. Like, this isn't coincidence, people. It's not a lucky guess. It's actually an easy guess if you understand channels. So how many dollars difference was that? 218, 240. Not bad. $22 off. Which on percentage basis is less than 0.1%. So that was, yeah, it's just obvious. Okay, so what is this doing? Is it going to hit that top green box or not? I think it's broke down. Yeah, it hit that box and now it's making lower low, lower high, or lower low, lower high, lower low. Yeah, it's coming straight back. So it's going to hit this line now. It could bounce here, then come up and meet it could now. So this box is off the table. It could go down and come back to this area. Maybe. The order book's thin. This is a thin order book, folks. On the 1 minute, it's usually not quite that separated. And when you see separation like that on shitcoins, even like, I'm not calling Hex a shitcoin, but Hex's volume is extremely low because it's meant not to sell, right? And you'll see it spotty like that even on the 1 hour chart because it's just so low volume, which means it's hard to sell. All right. So no alarm. I'm going to look at some questions. I think that's the third time I've said that. Sorry. Cryptillion in the house. Well, Josh Cantu, if you're a Cryptillion, I don't see a badge next to you unless you're Discord Cryptillion. Great content, brother, as always. Hey, thanks. All right, Michael D, I took a short from 29K and I moved my stops way into profit, but should I take profit now and get some stops again, or set new stops again, or just write it out? Yeah, so what you're going to want to do is put stops lower where you're safe. I think you're completely safe over this wick here, which is 27. Just give yourself a little space, but 27,970, you're going to be fine. And that's a typical VIP question. Yeah, just take it down to there. You're good. You could sleep easy on that because if it does go above there, then it's going to hit something like that or that or that, like somewhere in this box, and you'll have plenty of time to get into a short the next day that's even higher, way higher up than where you got stopped out. So really the profit you took there, you'll be able to re-enter higher than that, which would make it actually more profitable than just having held it down, then up, and then keep holding it down. Does that make sense? It always sucks having to re-enter because then you can get stopped out. That can start going, but in general, it would still be more profitable if you set a stop there and it went above, you got stopped out, and then you'd have plenty of time to re-enter at the time you got stopped out in profit. It'd be slightly more profitable. Not profitable enough to want to be stopped out at profit there, but you would still be fine if you did get stopped out. And that's a part of the basis of. So this is another thing I stress, and I'm not going to give away too much information. Discord folks on, especially VIPs on here, I'm not going to give away a lot of stuff, but that's one of the things I drill in folks when we're trying to set stops and plan together. Even though I have some VIPs who have better ideas than I do a lot, they really do help. And team leaders, is I like to first, so when I try to set stops, first off, before I enter, I like to make sure if I want to set a stop within my rules of 5x leverage, okay, I have a specific number that over time, if I don't let myself be stopped out at that exact number, percentage above my average entry, then I will be unprofitable over time. I can bend it a little bit, but then I have to bend it the other way and have tighter stops my next few trades. Does that make sense? Even if I don't get wicked out from that looser stop, I still have to force myself to, like, over time, I have to average a certain amount, which is what my VRPs already know for leverage. And that's why using less leverage is actually advantageous, because your stops are farther away and you have more wiggle room. And that's why 50x leverage will not be profitable over time, no matter who you are. It will not, unless you're trading gold. Or, 4x or something. You need 50 to 100x leverage because the moves are so small. But anyway, I was talking about stops. Hourly. Oh, yeah. Okay. I like to first, before I enter, I want to realize if I enter here, where can I hide a stop that is above where everybody's going to put their stops, which is where stop hunts go to, right? And if I'm not in the position to say, wait, that's where I should enter because I already entered, which I love trying to enter where I think people are going to want to be, or the big people, especially, it's probably exchanges, but looking for liquidity up there because they already know where you're hiding your stuff. So why don't they go get it? So you don't, to get people out of trades. But it also could be just liquidity readers as well, or a mixture. But I like to figure out where everybody's setting their stops, set over that just a little bit comfortably. And then I have a tactic that my VIPs know about how I actually split stops. So it's possible that if there is a stop hunt and I didn't guess right, then only 1 or 2 of my 4 stops. So I'm halfway or more halfway still in the trade. If I'm sleeping, good to go. So I still get most of the move. The trick is it's essentially tricking them to not stop you out all the way. But after I make that, when I'm first entering, I realize, okay, if I enter now, what percentages? So that structural level, do I like it? Yes, it's above where everybody's going to be putting their stops, where a stop hunt will go. But when I measure, is it within my limits? And sometimes it's not. So sometimes I'm forced to set my stops where everybody else is and hope the volatility will continue. If not, then I just realize, you know what? If I'm setting my stops where everybody else's is anyway, that means the move is not going to accelerate. So I might as well keep it tighter. Does that make sense? So, and then I just get out of the trade faster and re-enter when it finally does the stop hunt. And then I re-enter higher, right? And then it actually makes up more than the money I spent getting stopped out. Anyway, so this is probably breaking down. Y'all want to see this dog that my wife's Latina friend dumped on us? Come here. Come here. Hey, dude. This dog doesn't know me very well, so he's a giant schnauzer. Giant schnauzer. I'm not. I like dogs, but I like other people's dogs because I have 4 kids, and that is just enough destruction, disgustingness, sticky and wetness, energy, and noise. And that's what dogs are too. They're destructive. They're disgusting. They're wet and or sticky or muddy. They're loud and energetic, and they breathe in your face. They always need something. But the good thing is, they're not like a 3 or 4-year-old who says, "Hey, Dad, I just pooped. Come wipe my butt." I don't have to wipe your butt, dude. That's a plus, dude. Yeah, it's a plus. It's a cool dog. Yeah, giant schnauzers are pretty neat. It acts kind of like a pointer dog mixed with a Great Dane. Pretty cool. Cool dog. Dude's name is Diesel. All right, more questions. All right, you got to get down, bro. Come on. Come on. Oh, shit. That dog is stronger than what he looks. I think he's only about 70 pounds, but whoa. He is as strong as, feels like he's as strong as 100-something pound dog. I've had German Shepherds before. This dog is, well, he's probably only 5 pounds less than an average German Shepherd, but male German Shepherd. All right. Hey, brother. Okay. Capitulation in the house. I took a short 29K move. I already talked about that. Can you look at it? Yeah, I'll look at 88 in a minute. I'm in a nice 88 short. Very small. Oh, gosh, because I took almost all my money out of futures because the circus, I said, no way. I'm not keeping my money in futures with whales obviously playing games with Bitcoin because you can't trade against algos that don't use charting. Like they're using their money to analyze the risk reward of moving price in an unnatural direction or pseudo natural direction. Yeah, I guess we can look at ADA. Yeah, I bet I'm taking my profit at this line for ADA. So I'm betting when I go back to my KuCoin that it's at 29.5-ish. 29.3. 29.3 is where I have my profit taking. When I short into that red candle, it's a little like chasing. No, I would wait. So if you're wanting to try to get some of this party, wait for that bounce. And then it's either going to come back up to... It'll come back. Yeah, it'll almost definitely come back up to that level. Unless it tanks right through. It could tank right through. But I wouldn't chase that candle. You know what? I take that back. Since this is so bearish, it'll only go back up to there. So yeah, that would be... It's still a little risky because, man, like if this is where Bitcoin's going to slow down and bounce a little bit, it's a little risky. I mean, this box was where he wanted to short, man. And look where it went to. Okay, so you had, okay, watch. Cardano is so easy to short. I take that back. You have highly probabilistic areas, but sometimes it hits the third one up. And that's painful. So I would take that back. It's not just uber easy, but it will hit one of 3 exact levels every single time. If you're in a downtrend and as an up move, you only have 3 exact levels max. And sometimes it goes all the way up to the third one, which Bitcoin doesn't do that. Bitcoin usually goes to the first or second. So yeah, as you can see from that YouTube, and if you didn't watch my YouTube video that I did right before this, you should watch that after here. But so let's call this one drive down 2. So this line only got 2 drives down. Yeah, this is not a drive. This is a float. this is floating. So 1 drive, 2 drives. First local high tied with that one, but what does it match with? A wick to the left. So put that there. If it goes here, that's your entry. That's your best entry. It could come all the way down here and only bounce to the bottom of this box, but it's too far away on a percentage basis just to say, oh, I'll let it ride, because that's 7%. You can't be on leverage and let something ride the wrong direction more than like 1.25% at the most. And that is way past what's sustainable over time. Way past. Especially if you're fully entered, under the conditions that you're fully entered in the position. All right, so yeah, Cardano, yeah, I already told you where the first likely bounce there, in my opinion, strong bounce is, and that could be a 200% bounce, but is like 29 something, 29 cents. That's exactly where it's going. So like Bitcoin's 27K slowdown, this could slow down at that wick somewhere at 38 or 39 cents. Come up here or here or here maybe. So this would be your 1, 2, 3 most likely spots, and then go down to 29. That would be it. So that's where this is going. I just can't tell if it'll hit this box and bounce or that box and bounce. I can't tell quite yet. But if this is going to continue, it's not accelerating. So it probably, well, let's see here, 3 minute. This might keep it. This is on the verge of accelerating right now. Because if the 3 minute RSI is not on top of its EMA, oh, it kind of is. It has a chance to hit that still, but it's making lower lows and lower highs now. So, yeah, what's the 5 minute doing? 5 minutes okay. 5 minute could come up all the way here, bump its head, or here, bump its head before it continues down, and that would be one of my boxes. That would probably be this box here. So it could. And that would be, again, that box is because this first high before the last thing, that's where price goes to. That's what makes inverse head and shoulders very common. Doesn't mean it's going to pop up. Probably means it's going to bust down. That's why head and shoulders, especially in bear markets, are not profitable to be trying to trade to the upside. It's not. Hey dog, I don't want you by my computer, buddy. All right, let's look at some more questions. I sound like a robot. Well, I've listened to my recordings, and let's see here. Maybe I can change something here. Does that sound any better? I don't know. I think I liked this one on the Delta and this one on the Sigma, or whatever the heck those Greekish looking letters are. Okay, this is done. I don't think it has a chance to go back up there now. All right. So you know my targets for the drop, and again, I think by tomorrow when you wake up, it could, depending on how long it slows down at 27.2, exactly as I said in my video before it ever happened. The video I just uploaded, right? And it came within like $5 of it. But the next possible bounce that would give a decent bounce, not a recovery, is 23.7. Well, it could do it at 24.2. So between low 24s and high 23s is the next significant slowdown room, and that there's space, and that would probably have it slow down for a week. That level, if not, it could be 100 days. Yeah, this is not going to hold this up. Yeah, this 3 minute RSI is going to get stuck under that EMA pretty fast. I don't see this green hitting that line or that line. I think it's going to get stuck under and it's going to keep going down. What's the 1 minute doing? The 1 minutes are, the 1 minute still has a chance. It still has a chance because the 3 minute RSI is still on top. It could keep going. It has a chance still. Structurally, it doesn't look like it, but in terms of the bullish momentum and how they're market buying, it says it can. But the structure is saying that they're getting ready to give up. So the structure layer of analysis on top. So structure, it means, let me show you why. Like, my structural analysis is, honestly, it's been on fire recently, and it's almost like you can see everything you can see with indicators, maybe besides RSI, but even including RSI, really. I mean, it's just, you really only need price. Price is, I don't know, it's the most valuable indicator of itself. It really is, particularly when you map out what other trading people are looking at, and you understand everything that either big money or retail money are looking at, and you understand, okay, those are the levels. How is price? Damn it, you stupid dog. Get over there. Go. Thank you. You growled at me. Instead of indicators, what I feel is very similar to indicators is specifically, once you understand what lines you should be looking at, whether they're tilted, horizontal, hopefully a mixture, that's what people are looking at. The indicators where price with those lines can replace indicators almost fully is how the small candles, like 1 minute, no, maybe not 1 minute, but 3 minute and 5 minute, maybe even 1 minute, those 3 micro time frames, how they're interacting with those lines. Because I can tell just the way price is interacting with those lines. I said, I think the 3 minute RSI is getting ready to go under its EMA, because I can tell by how these candles, what is down here that is so interesting? Oh, the soil for my trees. Okay. Yeah, there is manure in there probably. So, old manure. But I don't think I put any chicken poop in I got plants by my window here in front of my face. So how price interacts with those lines. Is it doing I'm not going to give you all the information. That's my Discord stuff. Just how it interacts, just in general support or resistance. It's that simple. Now, there are some very, very common shapes that happen out almost all the same way, just like I showed you with these higher lows, the way price interacts with specific lines that I strategically map out. And it tells you that RSI is doing something on that time frame. The way it interacts. So it's almost like, imagine a relationship or something. Have you ever been to a place where, you probably have, if you're over 20, you know exactly what I'm about to say. So if you see a couple, and maybe you don't even know the couple, they're at a movie theater, right? And in the way it's usually, I don't want to be stereotypical and sexist, usually the lady gives, some type of glare. It's obvious she's not fucking happy, right? You know what I mean? Or it could be the guy sometimes, or the guy's being a dick. Guys being stupid and a dick, that happens a lot too, I guess, with almost the same frequency as what I said earlier. And I'm sorry, that's it's a moderately sexist statement. I apologize. But that situation, do you understand? Like the interaction of two things. Okay, a couple. Well, price is coupled. It is a couple with these self-fulfilling prophecy lines that everybody are looking at. So if everybody's looking at these same lines, the way price candles on the tiny time frames are interacting with it tells you, is the husband being a stupid dickhead per almost usual, or is the wife mad? And the guy forgot about being a stupid dickhead, which caused the lady to be mad, and he's already happy. But now she's, in public, like you can tell when the couple is not doing very well. And so you can tell that candles aren't doing very well towards those lines. And I also gave I also made a video like that's enlightening, and I don't think you can find that information anywhere else on YouTube. Not to pat myself on the back. I mean, my arm's probably broken from doing that so much, but I'm freaking serious. There are exceptions that I laid out very clearly in a recent YouTube video. You can search my channel. It's a recent one. It says fake outs explained. And it shows you that there are a lot of times where the way price interacts specific with the obvious lines, it is a fake out to make you think that the couple, so the man and the woman, are mad, but in truth, they're doing something kinky or something where they like to get mad in public and then go home and do their stuff. I don't know, something like that, like a fake out or whatever. It's that happens a lot, and I showed you one glaring case of how that happens in traditional markets and how it's bleeding into Bitcoin as well. So I made that recent video. There are exceptions to what I'm saying, but when the market has a strong trend, it happens a lot less. A strong trend. So the trend is your friend, and the whole key to that statement, where I actually get my butt kicked sometimes because I lean so heavily on that, is when I'm not, one of my weaknesses is I'm not, even though one of the best YouTube videos I've ever made recently said it's going to go sideways for 30 days, and it was 100% correct. There's no other YouTuber who said that, but even though I made the analysis, like knowing it's probable, I still got my butt kicked because I was trying to trade too hard, knowing that it's just going to go straight but down within a range of 3%. It's hard to make money within 3%. And I was taking my profits quickly, but I don't know, I got my butt kicked without a trend, which is why my tiny positions that I have, I mean, they're all over 100% trade right now. Look at the percentages. Don't worry about like I've only made $100 here, $500 here, $600 here. But this is 120% trade. I just opened it today. 142% trade today. 100% trade here. Cardano 78% trade. Like I usually trade with more money on this, but I punished myself because I did get my butt kicked, and I needed to punish myself for knowing that it's probable that it's going sideways. And I explained this to my VIP tier, like, when I don't just, maybe on Twitter, I don't show, I just freaking got stopped out 10 times in a row being stupid in a tight range when there's no trend, and I've eaten $2,000 in the last 5 days. I don't post on that too much, but I do let my Discord community know when I totally screwed up, and I already let them know. And it all went down to one mantra, one of my biggest mantras on Discord, on how to make sure people are profitable over time, even if they have shitty entries and shitty profit taking, as long as your risk management is good. So that idea mixed with the first idea, you're going to be profitable over time. The idea that I'm not going to say here on YouTube for free, but it has to do with risk and reward and the analysis of it. Yeah. And I during that range, I sabotaged my base rule, and I didn't troubleshoot my trading in that range until it was too late. And I got my butt kicked, so I had to punish myself, and I punished myself right before the real move happened. So that's the markets being brutal, folks. Like, the markets will convince you something, and then right when you take action, which you needed to take action, bam, that's exactly when you knew what was going to happen. Fucking happens. Gosh, the market's brutal. That's why if you're trying to time the market, you can try, but on short time frames, it is really tough. Macro time frames, it's a little easier. Like, I can tell if Bitcoin goes to 12K, it's going to be in 2023. It won't be in 2022. It will be somewhere around February to March 2023. I'm confident with that statement, if it happens. All right, let's look at some questiones. I should get a new intro. I thought my intro was pretty good, man. I only paid $70, but I like it. I'm not changing anytime soon, man. One thing at a time. I'm trying to do some Discord upgrades, and my team leaders have been nice enough not to get impatient with me, or vocally, besides one. But he did it in a very professional way, very professional young man. But no, I have to focus on my Discord here for a little bit. The irony of that, I'm on a YouTube live right now, but I already let them know exactly what I think and why. I gave them the capitulation signal before it started dropping, so I had I have my proprietary ribbons, and the ribbon said, that's it. It's dropping now. And then when I started to make that YouTube video that I uploaded today, I thought, well, it could be happening now. And then 30 minutes in, I was like, oh shit, it's happening now. I got to upload it immediately. Hey, Tim, what's up? Harrison, what's up, Liz? Hey, Elizabeth Moon, that's a new name. Hey, welcome to the YouTube tier. German Shepherd, yeah, German Shepherd was my first, or is my dog growing up. He was cool. I like my Shepherds, but one day I either want a Husky or a Border Collie, because Border Collies are just barely smarter than Poodles, but they're the smartest dogs on earth, on average. Can learn tricks on average within 3 or 4 tries. Like, it's just no other dog can do that. It's just insane. It's like crows and ravens are by far the smartest birds. A mile. Regardless of being ugly and loud. All right, I did the same thing. I pulled most of my futures because it was all over the place. Yeah, just left them for another 24. Yeah, I know. I would. Yeah, my profits would be 5x this shit. At least, maybe even 7. Yeah, each one of these would probably be about. This one would probably be 2,500. Which I just opened these today. Yeah, it's, oh well, whatever. I was getting my butt kicked. I had to do something, and that's just the markets being brutal, and that's part of the game. You know, you win some, you lose some. There's always another trade. I got in another trade, but with smaller amounts because I was forced to do something, and it was the right choice at the time. Okay, so it is maybe one to bounce on the top of this box. Maybe. But it's lower highs and lower lows. It's just looking really improbable. It looks like it's going to come back down. All right, let me zoom up to see previous questions. Yeah, and Frank, or Fleck, first comment. I'm really impressed. You watched that video before this started, so good for you, man. I appreciate you setting those alerts, and anybody on here is not setting alerts. Like, set alerts for my channel, and then go to the and you can do the same thing on Twitter. Like, I am making my Twitter stuff way sexier to look at, and it's gonna be better. Not to say my analysis is going to be better than anybody's, but I feel that you're going to be able to understand it better. Because a lot of times you see Twitter folks make a box and then an arrow straight up. Here it goes. Like, but fucking why? Why? Yeah. So if you're not following me on Twitter, you might will also do that. But and that's again, it's closest to this too. But you want to set it. Like, there's some button up to the right where it says like bring tweets to the top or something. Bring my tweets to the top. My engagement sucks because I only have like 4,400 followers or whatever. But man, I really wish my information, not just because I wish my channel and stuff were bigger, but just I wish my information were getting to more people. But YouTube will not bring me a lot of new viewers until I have been in the game for at least a couple of years. That's just how the YouTube algorithm works. Unless you pay tens of thousands of dollars for Google Ads, which could come in place one day, but I'm not going to pay 5 digits for advertisements in 6 months or month over month, which it could over time have a quick ROI, but I'm not in the position to do that unless I didn't have 4 kids and a wife who stays at home taking care of them. All right, who else has got some questions? Okay, so Fleck is also saying there's a very slight chorus in your audio. Yeah, I know. It's exactly that was exactly 2 mics being hot. Yes, but when I pull this guy over, I can see very clearly that there is only one input showing my voice. So that's the main troubleshooting. Make sure there's nothing else going on, and there is not in my scene. So if I were to make a sound on my computer, So you can hear that. That shows up as the second one, but the first one is the only one. Yeah, I thought I had another hot mic somewhere. That was the first most basic troubleshooting. I don't know what it is. I'll figure it out though. But yeah, making content is, man, it is such a huge learning curve. I never felt, it's not so hard where I got to the point where I felt stupid, but like when I'm reading about chemistry or biochemistry concepts about diseases and stuff on Wikipedia, which it goes into math of like sigma and this and that. And like, okay, that's way beyond me, even though I'm really good at math. But the YouTube stuff and the content creation isn't that crazy. But man, it is a lot of work. It is way more work than I thought. And then finally understanding the YouTube algorithm, which I think I found a sweet spot for now, with a lot of tinkering and a lot of studying the analytics. It's actually kind of fun. It's almost like a chess game. A content creator versus the algo it's like you're in a constant chess game, and you're playing a chess player who's a lot better than you. Yeah, maybe I will get a new mic. Maybe you're right. I think that might be what I do. KDA to 18 or to 40 cents. I already have my bottom stuff targeted for KDA, so, and it's such a big coin that my channel is not going to create an influence on the bottom, so I will let you know where it's going with a very high probability. It's going straight to $1.40 right away, but after that, and that's probably where Bitcoin will bounce at 23 or 22. That's with this structure to the left here. Or no. Oh. It's going to get a baby bounce at $1.40 and then maybe come up to this wick right there. And maybe hit that triangle with that origin line, and that's maybe. So for immediate KDA, it is going to hit, like within minutes. It's going to hit $1.40, and then it might try up, and get failed, and it's then going to go here. It's going to retest the bottom, and it's coming down to 85 cents. But what was your question? Something about KDA. KDA 8. I think you said Bitcoin 18K. Oh gosh, that would be a lot lower. So KDA would be at 72 cents. Yeah, 72 cents is going to be a pretty good pickup area, because it's going to bounce there. It might not be the ultimate bottom, but you can sell into a rally, and it could be 100% rally. It should be pretty big. Yeah, that's over 100%. Yeah, it'd be a monster rally. Monster. And that's something I would give exact signals on how to enter a couple times if you get stopped out, this and that. Because usually for really nice big moves, you gotta enter it twice or enter it super slowly and then add on higher lows. The first two higher lows on like at least the 1 hour chart, which could take 2 days to be fully in the position. God, KDA might break. If Bitcoin hits 12K, KDA is going to have price discovery down. Potentially. Would that be more than 98%? That's pretty low. Yeah, I would say 12K down to 33 cents. Yeah, that's pretty low for KDA. I say it can't happen. I mean, hell, even Phantom went down 98% after it went down 90%. Like, yeah, so I still think 73 over time, 70, so somewhere between 85 and 73, maybe 60. I will say 60 to 80 is a good range, because that would be this origin line here, And then the top of this box, 60 to 85 is a good range for like a bear, like trying to catch a straight up bottom on KDA. All right, let's look at some more questions. At 40 cents, or no, at 40 cents. Yeah, so not with 18K. I think 40 cents at 12K Bitcoin. 12K Bitcoin. Yeah, 18K Bitcoin, it's going to be more like 73. I know there's an echo in my voice. Like I even did some Twitter thing on the struggles of it, and it sounds echoey. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's going to take me a few days. I'm sorry. Testing the support on the 5-minute midline. Bloody, bloody, bloody. Yeah, and if Bitcoin's already doing this before traditional markets open, that means that the traditional market algos that control Bitcoin already know the direction of the stock market on Monday. So you could have a good rally starting on Sunday at 6 p.m. right before the CME start. It could rally up 10%. It could be a really, really aggressive rally to make a aggressive lower high. All right, let's go down to the 3. You said 5 minute, but I'm doing 3 minute. Wait, did it just hit my box? Yeah, it did hit it. Yeah, it got it. So it went back up in there. All right, there it goes. But now it's breaking down. So it's going to come straight back to this line right here. Or lower. It's going to come down to 27.2. It's going to hit this box right here. Kablam. That's where it's going. Did I bring water out here? All my empty LaCroix cans. I drink the crap out of LaCroix now that I don't drink alcohol anymore. Give it up. It's getting too fat. And fat for me is like 22% body fat. I'm probably down to 18 to 17 right now. I want to get down to single digits, but my body is, I'm an endomesomorph. So I get muscular very, very fast, but it's hard for me to achieve 10% or less body fat. It's very hard. But I also don't typically get much over 20, and most of that is in my ass. So I don't look as fat as I really am on the body fat stuff. My back, love handle / yeah, and my wife actually likes it. She's like, I like it when you're a little fat. It's like, why? Because your butt. And then she's like, but the only thing I don't like about it is like, all the gay guys look at you. Why do gay men look at you so much? That's a running joke between us. Hey guys always stare at you. Were you staring at them or something? Like, no, I'm not. I wasn't. Like, what are you doing? You've seen my browser history. I mean, come on now. It's not what I'm into. All right. Okay, so you get a new mic. Yeah, I'll get a new mic. How about that? I will commit to getting a new mic before. I don't want to break a promise. For 2023. I'll get it before August 10th. How about that? Yeah, so you asked Adrian about 5-minute midline. I don't know what midline is, but I would call this wick and that candle body the midline, if that's what we're talking about, right between there. Yeah, that is where it is. But it's too many lower lows and lower highs, so this is going to bust through it. It's going to hit that. It's going to hit that right on the nose. Could go through it, but I think it's going to give one more bounce and then potentially test this line again is what it'll do. So it'll probably go bam, Might wick a little bit below it, but I think it'll go right. Well, come on, if my computer will work for me. And if somebody wants me to look at something else in the meantime, I can just set alerts on here so I can look off the Bitcoin. And then it's going to go, how will it go? Go boom, 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 and then question mark. I don't know how to react after there until I see a little bit more information on. So again, with indicators, like I'm stressing, like I promise you, as long as you have good, and it takes a while. I'm not saying the first time you try this it's going to work, because your lines might not be right. And hell, I just messed up my channels the other day, and I updated on YouTube. I said, oh crap, my channel was too skinny, right? And I extended it, and obviously it worked absolutely perfectly, but like literally to the dollar for every drop and every bounce. Because I just know where self-fulfilling prophecies are. That's what your line should be, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Large groups of different types of people are going to see it. And if they line up with an EMA, even better, because then your EMA people do it. If it lines up with a daily closure back from 6 months ago or 6 days ago, even more perfect, you know? The more things that align where more different groups of people are going to watch it, that's where it's going to move. It is like the way price moves is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So even with, for example, inflation right now, you would think that the price of, whether it's stock market or Bitcoin or whatever, would go up because the dollar is worth less. Even though if you look at the index, it's stronger versus the euro and yen, but it's just sucking less. The dollar is tanking. Like the Dixie is a lie. It's not a relative lie, it's a relative truth, but in reality, it is a lie. The dollar is not getting stronger, period. It's inarguable. But what the fuck? Where was I going with that? Yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. All right, something about a recession. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, I looked at ADA, very slight. Yeah, I got the course effect. I know my voice is echoey. I'm trying to fix it. I'm really sorry. At least I'm coming through in both ears, okay? You know? It's both ears. You should get a new mic. Okay, I'll get a new mic. KDA, testing support. Got it. Do you think KDA is the possible... Okay, I already answered the KDA questions. Your Stoke confirmation trick is... Yes, I know. Yes, stochastics are powerful if you use them right. And okay, so for YouTube, I'll show you the wrong way to use it. Okay, the wrong way to use it is to try to say 30 minutes is a good way to start, but the wrong way to use it is to say every time the Stokes come down here, that's when I'm buying, and every time it comes up here, that's when I'm shorting. If there's a strong trend, that can happen. But when the trend, even on the micro time frame, starts changing, which happens all the time, almost once a day, you get screwed. Don't try to do that. That is not the way to do it. This is a secondary indicator. Use it as such at best. This is not a primary indicator. You need to use stochastics to confirm and optimize the precision of timing on the more important signals that already gave you your primary signal. But in regards to not getting stopped out as much, and this is money. And that's my favorite trick for those in my community who are, because everybody in their trading, when you learn how to trade, one of the echelons of the learning process is, okay, I feel confident with entries, I feel confident with risk management, but how the hell do I keep getting stopped out so much? And so I have some tutorials for my VIPs on strategies that are pretty solid. I mean, and I don't think you'll find it anywhere else. And it has to do with, should I say, no, I don't want to give it away. It has to do with the number 4. How about that? And it greatly reduces the incentive that exchanges or liquidity hunters have to go get it and then go the right direction, but you're not making money from it because you're out, even though you're totally right, but some bullshit wick came up and got you out immediately, right? Yeah, there is a way to trick bots to not get you fully out. Sometimes halfway out, sometimes only one quarter out. because I'm talking about force, but usually they'll even ignore it. Like if you can trick the bots, I'm telling you, in the liquidity hunters, you can. All right, not always though. And in that method, if you're totally wrong and you do get stopped out, it actually helps you lose a little less money because. But anyway, so the Stokes, using Stokes on the 5-minute and 3-minute charts is a badass way to get stopped out way less. It's essentially to build yourself a cushion, if that makes any sense. But I'm glad you like it. Yeah, that is by far the community favorite way to get stopped out less on futures trading. Stokes are money. Like it's literally money. Literally money. And it could be money that you don't lose, which is still money that pays for a community. All right. Holy shit, I got 128. This is the most I've ever had because I've only done YouTube Live for like a month and a half now. So it's a big mistake in my YouTube career. I should have been doing more YouTube Live. It's definitely, the algorithm favors me a lot better doing this. Which, if I'm going to keep paying for everything in a household of 7 with single income, then I need to figure out the YouTube algorithm pretty. And y'all be surprised how much time and effort I put into the YouTube algorithm so I can reach more people, and continue making happy the people who already watch. Like that's what the YouTube algorithm is. It's all about giving your viewers what they want. Period. And so I'm in a catch-22, as I've said in a couple videos. Well, until the bear market's obvious, like now, finally people are bearish way too late, I was very unpopular, and I gave video after video after video of what people didn't want, which is bearish news, when I knew it was bearish, but they didn't, so they didn't like it, and I got punished. I got punished bad. I need to reconcile that next bear market. I need to do more bullish YouTube clickbait titles and thumbnails so people can get what they want. Have an intro with the idea of it so it's not too clickbait. Give the case for bullish and then explain, but you have to stay to the end because if we're wrong, this disastrous thing will happen or something. I got to do something different next bear market. It really messed me up giving people exactly what they did not want and advertising it as such. It really hurt me. But now that I figure that out, my channel's actually growing pretty well. Discord's growing pretty well because I'm making people happier and I'm doing a better job. All right, here we go. Okay, so now people are complaining about my mic. So, okay, I'll give you what you want. Get a new mic by August 1st, okay? Then watch my YouTube subs go straight to 80K. I was like, man, I should have gotten a mic a long time ago. Fuck. If that's true, I will find you, whoever said that, and I will give you a year free of VIP in my community. Like, I'm serious. If that were to happen, like, even if it got up to 40K real fast, I would give you a year free. True, Craig. Everything you said is accurate. So Craig left this comment, which I fully agree with. Craig left this comment. Oh, I didn't get it. And he put, hey, after I said any coin below 87% struggles to reach any high. Yeah, because they're bleeding harder versus Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin makes a little bump, they don't. Like Trias, like Atom. Atom has been getting its ass kicked. I don't know if it's because it had something to do with UST. Whew, Atom looks bad, and I thought that was going to be one of my top picks for a bear market because it made one of the most recent all-time highs, which was my game plan. Well, to be a first mover and move the quickest with a Bitcoin bottom, as opposed to the vast majority of altcoins, which will do a 400% run but then crash more. Atom's definitely no longer one of my first choices. Way too weak. Actually, Link and Cardano's recent move up was the strongest in all of crypto. Like, I was impressed. Link's just a little bit, and that's my biggest short. I shorted the fuck out of it. Actually, no, I didn't, because I took almost all my money out. Like an idiot. Yeah, so I'm 120% trade up. That's in one day. One day, like, that's one entry. Yesterday, technically yesterday now, because it's past 1 a.m. Yeah, so this is slowing down at 27, just like I thought. 27.2. Okay, right at 27.2. That's $40 off. Wow. It is slowing down, but it is making it doesn't look like it wants to come up to here. It would have made higher lows. Maybe made one, so maybe it's at this. So watch what it could have done for a fake out before it then hit that. It could have done this. This is common too, and this is one of the things I showed you in my videos that I need to put in one of my in my playlist most important videos. I probably want to do that before I go to bed here. Remember for tomorrow, whatever. But it's one of my recent channels. Fake outs explained. You should look at it like tonight or whenever. Okay. It's kind of late for a lot of people here, but so in regard to this high here, as opposed to that local, see this local high up there. So as what it needed to do, instead of all these high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. So now this is completely off the table. This is a maybe, but it looks like it's getting rejected from this and come straight to my box, like I said. What it could have done from that point is now that, so you have a second drive down, baby bounce, third drive down, so I guess it was a third drive, which is why this started happening. Okay, this happens after the third drive almost every time, because the sellers, so similar to how if you're trading a horizontal range and you short the top 3 times successfully, don't try it a 4th time. And you really should trade it lighter on the 3rd time, because you have a heightened chance of it being wrong, right? It's the same concept. So anyway, so you the second, third bounce down, high, higher low. That high made a higher high, higher low. Was it going? Nope, made a lower low. But had it stopped, so at about this point, so this lower low sometimes isn't bad, but it's bad because that was lower to that. What could have happened without this high here? So this high, okay, makes it so that what I'm about to say, I already knew it was going to go down lower. If that high right here, let me freaking circle it. So if this didn't happen and it came straight down instead from, now what, this is how price works. Watch this. I'm teaching you something that is like really valuable stuff. And I got this from I study traditional traders and how they do stuff with scanners, and they only do one setup ever. And it's really cool stuff, but you can't really do that in crypto. Crypto, you need like 3 good long entries and 3 good short entries. It's a lot harder. It almost makes me think about moving my money over the stock market when the bull runs back there, because it's just all straight up. Like, you literally long only. There's no reason to short ever. Like, there isn't. But in crypto there is. But anyway, so had this come from straight to here to here, that would have been fine, because the most recent local low was this guy. But a lot of times you get that higher high, and then it breaks the higher low structure purposely to fake people out, and then it'll make this high come down but stay specifically over that, and then go boom, 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 boom to fake people out. But because this height here happened, that took that out of the question, because it needed to go straight from here to that low, which was lower than that. But because you also had a higher low, that lower low locked in the fact that the next bump up was going to hit the top of this channel and then go down. And now that it went below, so now that this micro line here, price found support under it, it almost guarantees that the next bump up is a much lower high. And now it's getting rejected. So the only way that price will get above this line and hit the next one is if this forms a higher low. Without a higher low, This is now resistance, and it has to hit the next thing down, which is this. It has to, like, within I promise YouTube I'll never say 90% again, but like 89.9, okay? So if these candles break below here and closes, that is now confirmed as resistance. The price cannot get back above it until it hits that and then forms higher lows. It just won't happen. It won't. And if you want to learn this stuff, I'm telling you, like, you can get on, so on Discord, links in the description section of my videos, maybe not the live videos, I don't know, but you go on and turn on your camera, some people don't, and freaking look me in the face and talk to me on, like I'm talking on this. Hopefully you have a better microphone than me. But they just ask me, like, hey, this is my position. What, I say, watch your entry, watch your leverage. And if they say 5, I said, are you lying to me? Is it 7 or 10? And sometimes they say, yeah, it's 7. Okay, well, don't lie to me. I really grill people. It's like, are you sure? I know you know that I preach no more than 5, but are you using more than 5? Anyway, and I give them heads up. Okay, well, because of all this is going to happen, your best bet is to get the fuck out of it now. And wait for a better, or to walk your stops down or whatever. So, because if somebody weren't along, you'd want to get out now, because this is confirmed. So now, so this has 1 minute left. If that closes below there, it's confirmed. It's not going above there. So get the hell out. You can't trade up to here. Even the reward ratio of trading from here to there, is that even a half? Like, you need 0.7%. Yeah, it is point. Yeah, I guess you could try that. Not much reward though, especially when the volume and the velocity is down. Like, there's no way you'd run along that. It'd be silly. Yeah, so it's going to hit this box now. All right, so this is where it's going. Got 36 seconds left, unless you get a big wick up and it closes up here and above there. It's possible in 29 seconds. Nope, it's going to hit this now. Come on. 23 seconds. Yeah, this candle's closure, micro time frames, is very important, because if it closes below there, it has to hit this. And Bitcoin knows when I say it has to, it does it, trust me. Bitcoin is listening. It's like Santa Claus. It is listening. No, it's just because I know how price moves. Unless whales are fucking with it. So it closed. All right. So if it comes up here, it's going to be fake out and it will get rejected. Because this move here is not enough for an actual fake out. Like, it won't be a real fake out. It'll just be people thinking they're a genius, and they get their asses kicked when sellers come in here. All right. But I don't think people would be stupid enough to long this. Yeah, micro time frames are its own world, folks. It's really fun. It's really fun. And once you understand micro time frames, I swear you'll understand larger time frames so much better. Because if you get good signals on your macro time frames, or large daily or 4-hour or whatever, you can then finesse your entry with this. Like, make your entry as perfect as possible, and then wait for a moment to enter when you know your risk management is going to be real tight. Because depending on the candle shape, sometimes you have to have wider risk management. It sucks. Like, even if, and so it won't make sense for people who aren't on Discord, because I showed them live. I'll tell them, hey, this is not my typical setup. It's probably only got a 40% chance. I'm not even the house, yo. The house meaning I have over 50% chance being right. So, like, okay, I have a 40% chance being right, but because I can put my stop in this perfect setup that coincidentally, and just thank goodness, has badass risk management of 0.1%, I'm going to take the trade. Because if I take trades that are 40% probable of working out, right, and my risk management is that big, and I do it 1,000 times and I'm wrong 600, I still make money. But those situations aren't that common. But when they are, I'll take the trade, even if it's not a highly probability trade, because I'm not going to lose any money. Especially if I can enter with limit sells or limit buys if I'm longing limit sells, because it reduces the fees on KuCoin by like 1/3 or 1/5. Yeah, the fees, man, God, when Bitcoin was chopping around like that, I paid so much money in fees. Getting stopped out at a reasonable price point, like within my magic number of 5x leverage, and just the fees killed me because I was impatient. I'd marketed in stuff, just being stupid, being dumb. All right, so here's where it's going to get rejected from here. Maybe as high as getting rejected from that. Maybe that high. Best case. All right, what's the 3-minute RSI it says? So now the 3-minute RSI is both below its EMA and getting rejected by it. But it is a 45-degree angle from here, so it does have a chance to actually bounce and come up to the white line or the red line. Probably the white line now. It has a chance. Because this is a very, so just like price, RSI of crypto loves 45-degree angles. Loves, and on the 1-hour chart, the 4-hour chart, anything. Like, it doesn't matter. So look, so where's my tool? Here, look, 45-degree angle. Did it do much? Did it pump up? No, it didn't, but it had a little bounce from there. So, what made me now? All right. Porque Bitcoin está cayendo muy rápido y tengo muchos. Okay? Drogado again. No, I'm not.
Can you please put that back on the case?
Sure. All right. Yeah, so crazy accuracy, Josh. Yeah, but the more you study the micro time frames, the more accurate you're going to get. I mean, but you always have to start with the daily or the weekly in mind, because that's the context. That's the context, right? It's almost like when you see a picture of somebody going like this to somebody, it looks like you're flipping them off, but in reality, I'm saying 3, right? Bring me 3 cigars, not F you. It's the context that matters. So the daily and the weekly give the context for this stuff. But when it's a strong downtrend like this, the micro time frames can pretty much handle itself pretty well. But I also had this line here, knowing that's how I knew it was going to slow down here, right? Before it ever happened, before it even started taking. I was saying that in that YouTube video that wasn't live just before I went live. Sometimes more macro channels give you the context of the smaller stuff, right? So yeah, price is beautiful. You just got to stare at it enough and have a little money on the line. I'm not saying trying to get rich, but just like put $50 and see how it feels. And just, even $50 can be emotional. And it's like paying $50 for a bucket of golf balls to go practice. You're going to suck. All the balls will be gone. Your $50 will be gone, but you got better. You're going to learn a lot faster, but definitely don't use as much money because it's all going to be gone. But you will learn faster and you will be profitable faster if you practice with a little bit of your real money, a little bit. Even if you're attempting to, start learning a trading strategy, hopefully with a little guidance and understanding what risk management is, profit taking could come last. You don't have to worry about profit taking for a while. Profit taking essentially allows you to make more mistakes. Because when you're right, you have a better sense of how long will I be right. So you milk your gains and manage your losses. So M&M, milk and manage losses, milk gains. So profit taking does allow trading to be easier over time, especially optimal profit taking, because it helps you keep your account positive if you've made a few mistakes in a row. See, oh, come on, you're gonna wick below. I think it's going to come back up here and try to touch that line again. Or actually this wick right there. One of those two. With that buyback, it probably is going to hit that one, but we'll see. It'll be one of these two. And then when it's really gonna, so I'm probably gonna have to. My wife did not look happy, so I'm gonna have to get off here soon. But so here's, I'll leave you with this thought, and maybe look at one more important question or something. So check this out. So when it's really gonna accelerate from this line, and hopefully you went to my videos. Here, I'll zoom out so you can look at the lines first if you want to copy these. So this is the channel it's falling into, and the channel you'll need. And I'll post this on YouTube. YouTube, like the what do you call it? The post, and then the Twitter post, the stuff that YouTube's essentially trying to copy off of. Should I go to the 1 hour? Yeah, 1 hour looks better. There you go. And I will label this March 29th. That's where it starts, and it starts in the point of control, right? And that dip is, I don't need to tell you where that dip is. It's the most obvious one. So it's falling back in. It's going to hit that point of control. So I will actually, let me move myself. There you go. If you want to take a screenshot of that. And remember, the first thing you do is make the line that's the most obvious, which in this case would be this one. So wick, this was a fake out. So that's not the top of the range. That went above the top of the range, which is normal for a fake out before it then goes where? To the bottom, right? That is traditional market. Before it goes the right direction, after rejection, everybody's putting their stops over this because they caught that low. And so it goes way above their stops, grabs them all 5%. That's a 5% stop hunt. That's stupid. So that means people were hiding some up over this as well. So they're hiding them over that and that. Ouch. There was a lot of stops over this over here. Oh my gosh. That's a big stop hunt. They're usually only like 1.5 to 2. Wow, that's a big one. Anyway, but they faked it out, grabbed the liquidity of all the people that were getting ready to make money off shorts, and then drove it down to the bottom. Anyway, so wick, whatever, top. That's the most obvious line, and then everything else you hit control, you drag, and then you try to make it to the bottom. Okay, something like that. I had to play around with this for a bit. And then once you do that, then you pull it up a little bit. I would pull it up to here first because that's the most obvious one because it hits so many things. And I would make that dotted. And then after it's dotted, then I use that to fill out the other lines. And that's how fast I do it, like that. And I've already showed you how to make this box, right? It's called the rotated rectangle. All right. Okay, did it hit my box? Did it hit my box exactly where I drew my box? Yeah, it did. Yeah, and honestly, I have a couple of team leaders. I mean, their accuracy on these low-term timeframes is fucking good. A lot of times when, because they're not scared to tell me they think I'm wrong. Even in front of like a bunch of my VIPs, like, no, I see this is happening. A lot of times they're right. I mean, my team leaders who lead live trading on my Discord, they're good, and that's why I have them doing it. They're real good. They have their different styles of me. They have different entries. They use different EMAs. One of them uses pretty fancy tools, and the people who like to conglomerate towards his trading style during the free stuff, or not free, but during the live stuff that he provides, they really like those different tools, and they're tools that I don't use. So I have team leaders who provide things for people who want to learn things that are less basic than me, but I like using basic stuff, and because it works. I feel that I don't need anything more complex. If I could complain about one thing I should use, it would be probably something fancy with order flow and volume. Not necessarily the order book layers. That is cool too. Like there's and that's what two of my 3 team leaders use order book volume stuff to see pockets of liquidity where the stop hunts will go, and they have their strategies of how to hide stops within a reasonable time using that. They use their own tools that they pay for. And so if you don't pay for it, then when you're on their live stuff, you can go watch what they're doing and see it for yourself without paying for it, without paying for that service. But I just try to realize, well, over time, out of 100 times that there was a stop hunt, this is where it went. So if I put it here over time, I have only a 20% chance. So I just try to make basic if-then rules as opposed to using a fancy tool. Does that make sense? And it usually has to do with either a 5-minute wick down that's earlier in price, and then as the range comes, then there's a lower high to that wick, and that type of stuff is where the order book is anyway, in my opinion. So I just use structure and candle bodies, and I just know how price moves, so I feel that I already know where the pockets are going to be. But theirs is very more visual. The stuff that they pay for and they share with the people that follow them within the Discord on their live chat stuff. They'll show you what it is. It's really cool stuff. But you realize the way I make my channel is I try to cater to people who are more learning than anything, and so then the people who feel that they're beyond my the basic stuff that I do, then that's what my team leaders do. They're paying for expensive like software to show people more, just different stuff that I don't use, and I don't think I ever will use unless it's order flow / volume when whales are buying. That looks pretty helpful. I might integrate that one day, but probably not on YouTube because it's just too much, in my opinion, for the crowd, for my target audience. 21 yearly open is 27. Yeah, but it's already past 27 that, so yeah, that didn't work out. My trading channels are going to trump any of that, man. My channels work if I draw them right. About 4 days ago, I had my channel too skinny, and it didn't work. And I was like, wait, why didn't this work? Oh, because it wasn't symmetric with Nasdaq's. Duh. And then once I did it, that's exactly where Bitcoin fell to twice. Oh no, I took the channel off. Yeah. And it's exactly where it fell to this time, to the next channel. All right, so hit my box, exactly where I put it. It's either now going to bust through, so the 3 most probable now, it's going to keep going down. It'll either hit that line or it will come up to here, and then it's going to go down. And ultimately, it could descend a little slowly down here. It could take 5 days, but it's going to hit this box. It's going to hit this. And when you zoom out, that's what this is. It's the 3-month-long trading channel, point of control. That's exactly where it's going. It's probably going to be it's going to be in the 23s. Yep, it'll be in the 23s somewhere. That's the next possible bounce point. That is a reasonable bounce, more than like 3%. But what I'm really hoping for is something like, I would prefer this to happen so I can get in a nice big ETH short. Is this. Boom, it comes all the way back up to here. And then I would short into that, get into my short, boom, 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 and then add here. Add a rejection of the top of this is really what. And then do a big position, but take profits quickly down here, which hopefully that's 3% at least. Oh, hell yeah, that's 13%. Fuck yeah, I'll take that trade. Yeah, anything over a 4% trade makes me happy. I have raw price without leverage being involved. Hell yes. And choppy channels, I'm happy with 0.9. Like if I get the full, so if a move is only like 1.3% and I get 0.9 of it from open to close, I'm good with that. That's usually pretty profitable, pays for the fees. It's good to go. But if you're trading within like 0.3%, unless you have a bunch of KuCoin shares tokens and they reduce your fees, it ain't worth it. You need to hit like 0.8% moves, bare minimum. Well, not bare minimum, price 0.7, something like that. All right, let's go down to the 1 minute, see how this bitch is reacting. Crazy. Which line is going to hit? Is it going to hit that one or that one? All right. BTC 3S. I don't like the 3S tokens anymore. They don't calibrate with price. So, for example, if Bitcoin price were to fall, make a lower high, then fall more, but then work its way back to that first local high, the 3S or 3L tokens won't be there too. They don't match up. There's not as much symmetry, so you have to trade it for its own chart. You really do. And you need to use its own signals and its own horizontals because it's not going to match up with Bitcoin price. It doesn't. It's not calibrated. I don't like it anymore. I'd rather use futures because futures moves with spot. Besides small stop hunts, the exchanges can go F people up. And whatever move that happened, that wick, you won't see it on any exchange. Maybe besides that one exchange's spot price, like KuCoin spot or something. Even though I love KuCoin, I'm not saying that they're shady. Rather, on other exchanges, that's how it happens. Whenever move wicks you out on that futures for that website, didn't happen anywhere else. Which means the exchanges are doing it. And it's beyond a reasonable doubt. But KuCoin is not bad with that stuff. They have their own bots, but KuCoin is like a badass place to be, I'm telling you. All right, 10. Hey, thanks, Josue. How you doing, man? Top picks to survive the bear market. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all monetary coins. Even the ones that are going privacy, doesn't matter. Dash is still trading on plenty. It is privacy coin. Why is Litecoin going to get kicked off? Might get kicked off like Korean changes or something, but who cares? All monetary coins through the bear market. But if the best buys during the bear market for a Bitcoin bottom is going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then you're going to have to guess which very few coins are going to get the strongest first rally after a Bitcoin bottom, but you have to sell into it because they're going to go straight back to where they were or slightly lower. You have to. It's not going to be V-shape. And if it is a V-shape, then it'll be about a year and a half later when they finally go, and you might be able to sell into like 1,000% rally. It's possible. It's possible. But I think Bitcoin would have to hit 16.4 or 12K for that to happen. If Bitcoin bottoms out closer to 22, then these rallies are only going to be like 100 to 200%. Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty safe because Bitcoin's rips up at the beginning are pretty strong. They're stronger than most alts because Bitcoin dominance is going up. Bitcoin is a great bet. So is Ethereum for the initial, freshness of downside capitulation. Solana's not looking very good. I want to stack Solana though when it's about at $22 or lower. Just like I told people in January when it was like at $100, I was like, this could rally up to 150, which it actually rallied up to 146, $4 off. And I said, it's still going under 30. People, you're an idiot. Well, now you're probably subscribed to my channel because that's how the natural progression of subscribing to my channel is. I think this guy is an idiot. A few months later, wait, who was that guy who I thought was an idiot? Because he was actually fucking on the money. That's how it works. All right. So top picks for the bear market. Yeah, you gave me a $10 super chat, so I got to think of something better. Monetary coins. Monetary being defined as it's not a project. They don't need funding. A lot of them, the founders don't even own most of the coins. It was an even distribution. Maybe they mined it a little bit before, okay, but they weren't allotted 70%. And freaking VCs with, or the team with 30 and VCs with 70. No, that's today's. That's being treated as a stock market now. But the older monetary coins, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, Bitcoin. I want to put XRP in there, but Ripple is so connected, which is the company. XRP is the monetary coin, but I'm choosing XRP in there as well. So those are safe, but you're not going to get the sexiest runs. But Litecoin, though, could, because it's happening. It's staggered with Bitcoin. Litecoin could really rip. It's not going to go all the way to $1,000. It's not even going to 400 and it's ripped, but it could go up to like 180 down from $40. That's a big rip. So for bear market, so monetary coins or Bitcoin Cash is a monetary coin too. Because Algorand is getting funding during a bear market, and although they sucked during the bull market, didn't do much because their tokenomics kind of got a little funky. I think Algorand might be able to do it, even though it's breaking my rules on what I would choose to pump high. But because they're so legit and there's obvious institutional favoritism-ish for it or interest, Algorand has a chance. Solana, I thought had a chance, but it looks like a shit right now. So I wouldn't pick Solana for the initial. But once the dust are settling and Bitcoin's accumulating down there, and as alts keep bleeding going down, and Solana's under $30, it's probably a good choice. But Ethereum's going to be a good choice when it hits 850. It's going to be a freaking great bet. Layer ones are going to be where it's at. But here's the thing, though. Don't be scared to sell into those rallies, like half of what you wrote up. Once you start hearing of new flavors, new coins being introduced in the bear market, they're going to keep going down stuff. But if there's a new hot coin, especially layer one, that's better than Cardano or Ethereum or whatever, and you see a big YouTubers starting to talk about it, or you look at coin market cap top gainers list, because that's why YouTubers talk about it. That's how I punt B Pro. I just got a small group of friends say we're going to get into the top gainers list, so a big YouTuber talks about it, because that's how they choose their content. Right? So look at the top gainers list, and if it's a legit coin, that's not some stupid like titty coin or like mouse in a box coin, right? Most of the ones on the top gainers are shitty, but if you see something legit that's new, it's a layer one, it's on the top gainers, that might, even though it's a top gainer, you might be chasing green candles, but when you get a pullback, that could be a good one, because YouTubers are going to pick it up and talk about it. And, that would be like catching freaking Phantom before it ever went up last bull run. You're like, most of the money you're going to make, I'm sorry, but it's probably not going to be your freaking 2021 coins. You can make the first part of your money there, yes, as Bitcoin maybe is getting back up to 40K. But after that, you need to take profits and start looking and researching for the new coins that new blood in crypto are going to be interested in. Do you think new blood in crypto is going to want to buy Kadena? It's not in the top 20. So new people don't like to read. They're not going to fucking scroll down. They're honestly, as much as I hate to say this, Cardano has a better chance. I think Cardano has a good chance because it's still at the top. And people's like, ooh, Cardano? That's number 5. This looks awesome. Man, they got a big hairy mascot who sounds smart, right? Who claimed he had a doctorate degree, but actually never finished a bachelor's and lied to everybody about it. But it's cheap compared to Bitcoin. Cardano's at 10 cents and Bitcoin's at 20K. Why would I buy Bitcoin? Cardano. I love their fuzzy mascot. So if Kadena's not up there, it's going to have a harder time doing pretty well. But But by 2024, 𝘃𝐢𝐬𝐜's going to do really well. So I will be picking up 𝘃𝐢𝐬𝐜. So 𝘃𝐢𝐬𝐜's one, Solana's another. Ethereum, Bitcoin. And this is the beginning of the bear market. And then when I take profits on those, when Bitcoin's getting to 50 and 60K or whatever in late 2023, whatever, and then I'll start searching for mid caps like maybe Veracity or big small caps like BPRO, who have created a series of higher lows, but haven't done 1,000% run. Then I'll take profits, then buy those on that U shape up before they go. Does that make sense? But it'd probably be like 8 months after I'm buying my large caps, which will move faster than any small cap, pretty much. Small caps don't move until the bull run is like 4 months for being over. So wait. Don't make my mistake. I've made the mistake twice. Small caps don't move early, and yeah, unless you get lucky to find something like what Phantom was. Phantom was a small cap at 5 million market cap, and it just went crazy. But if you guess 10 of those coins, you're probably going to guess wrong 10 times. It's hard to guess. It's just so much safer to do the first third of a bull run in large caps. It's so much safer. So much safer. All right, so it did hit that line. Look, see? Okay, so it went past this line and it went to that one. And you see how I did that? Because the top of this box are those candle bodies there, and the bottom of it is that wick, remember? So it's similar to what I was saying earlier. I was saying, so like a wick down with a local high, but this is a local low with a wick, and that's kind of the same. That's how I knew exactly where it was going. Look, to the penny. Look. 1 minute chart. Look. See that? Kablam! Let me see that? Self-fulfilling prophecy lines. And that's what so the whole key when you're making lines and stuff is what is the biggest group or groups of independent groups going to be looking at all at the same time? Just horizontals. Horizontals, higher highs and higher lows, or horizontals and lower highs and lower lows is the most powerful thing. You could literally trade profitably the rest of your life just understanding what candles look like, understand trends, and maybe some non-horizontal lines like slanted lines, and you could literally just trade with structure, candlesticks, higher lows, higher highs, and then understanding the interaction with the candles with your lines, because that's what forms the indicators. And once you realize that the candles behavior with those self-fulfilling prophecy lines is specifically what creates the indicators, then you realize you don't need the indicators anymore, because you already know what the indicators are going to say. With exceptions, something like when you get bigger, like the daily and the 2-day, that I'm not skilled enough to necessarily look at price and say, oh, it's exactly right here. But like 4 hour and lower, I can tell you exactly what it's doing. Wow, if it can use this line as support, it might want to try to get up to this. I don't think it will, but if this line's used as support, it will have a 25% chance to going all the way up to 27.8 if that happens, because this would be a new inverse head and shoulders. So it'd come down, boom, 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 boom. It'd actually have to do it twice, because usually the inverse head and shoulders has symmetry, so it's going to have to go boom, 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 boom. That's what it would do. It'd probably blow right through here, too, if that were to happen. It'd probably go straight up. It would pause here. It would pause at that one, and then pull back. And then probably pull back all the way to that. Boom, 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 and then do it again. But that, I don't think that's going to happen. All right. What else do we got? So, yeah, Josh, or Josue, those were my top picks. Pretty safe in Ethereum and Bitcoin, man. Until late 2022 or February, specifically February 2023, because things start dying in bear markets. Luna was obviously the first one. It was a Ponzi scheme, and Ponzi schemes die when Bitcoin starts going low. That's just how it happens. All right. ICP might go up to $1. Oh, go down to $1? I'll tell you if that's reasonable or not. Is it less than 99% down from? Oh my God, this got destroyed. All right, I will measure it down from this, not that crazy 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐵. Yeah, it's whoa. Oh, that company's gonna die. That ain't gonna make it. It's done. I wouldn't even touch it. That's not coming back. They're not gonna be able to pay their employees. They can't keep selling their tokens enough to. Yeah, the tokens are. They to maintain, keep their lights on, pay their employees. They probably had a threshold of like wherever this was defended, somewhere about here to here to here. That's probably where they defended it or something. Yeah, they probably needed their tokens to stay over $16 to continue being profitable. So yeah, I think that's dead. I don't care if it has backers. I'm telling you, looks like it's dead. Yeah, a blue chip project going down 98 point. Almost 99% this early in the bear market. We're only like 60% done with the bear market, folks. Yeah, 98.5% just when the bear market's half over. That's toast. Exchange, yeah. My favorite exchange coins is KCS, KuCoin shares. I like trading on. I like KuCoin. I like Coinbase Pro too, especially for my spot trades on my HODL positions, which I 20 bag, which means I sell 20% at a time on big runs and buy lower. Yeah, KuCoin shares. I don't know if BNB is a good bet because the SEC is trying to do something funky with them. I don't know if ICP will go to $1, but if it does, it's done. I mean, it won't come back. There would be no point thinking you're getting a big buy. Quant to hit $25. All right, I'm gonna go after a couple more questions. You tell me. I already think it's gonna hit 29. So a wick below it, it's over 50% chance that it's going to hit at least the middle of this box. So the chance, given that it's so high to already hit that, to hit 25% lower, over 33% chance. Yeah, I think it's a good shot. I would try to pick it up between the middle of this box at 35 all the way down to 20 or whatever you said. Yeah, 35 to 25. Just put in limit buys there if that's where you want to pick it up. Frazian, hey, Frazian. No, Frazen. Yeah, thanks for sharing my channel. I mean, it's just, I study charts. I study price. I know how it moves. I know how it moves on lines. I know how it moves when RSI does something, gives specific signals. And then the stochastics just give me the momentum of when it's what I think is going to happen starts happening. That's all the Stokes do to me. Like, hey, I think this is going to happen when? The Stokes are saying not yet. It might pop up just a 0.5% more and then do what I say. So I've been doing this a bit, and I've learned with money on the line, and that's how I like to learn, because the best way to learn is with a little money on the line. But if you have 10K in crypto, you don't want to put more than $50 of money on the line as you're learning at a time, because you got to buy a few buckets of balls of $50 before you get a good swing. And you could probably, with $50 a pop, you could easily get into, I don't know, $350, $400 where you're starting to get good, and then you can be break even after a month. You can be break even after like trading making more than one trade a day on $50 starting. If you can make that $50 last a month, you would probably be ready to start loading it up with quadruple that amount. Maybe start with double. But yeah, you're going to lose everything you put in the futures the first at least 3 times. For me, it was 6 times. Crow, I think Crow can do well. Crow could be one that I'm interested in picking up. Oh my God. That is actually concerning. I feel sorry for all the people who thought I was an idiot when I was telling them this was too hot. I did not follow up. I should follow up with them and say, I am sorry that you did not listen to me. Oh my God, Alpacha. I'll say, I'm so sorry I was not more convincing. Like, to try to help you noobs out who wanted to be so bullish. I should have done a better job trying to break through to you. This is bad. This is not what you. It's only 85% down. Okay, yeah, it's. Oh, here's my bear box. There you go, right there. It's going right there. Okay, that's where it's going. If you want more something specific, I will give you a fib trend base, so it's not a fib retracement like most YouTubers do. Let me. I'm gonna have to try this a couple times. Hold on. And one of my VIPs taught me this. And then another VIP chimed in to tell me how to do it even better with using that magnet tool. That should get it. Oh, it's in the middle. Oh boy, this is really bad. That should have been it. This is catastrophic, folks. Was this the one I just did? I don't know what else to do. I didn't get exactly, but it's close. It's so deep there is no fib. I don't know what to say, but it's I probably did this off of a timing guess on when the bottom would be. So July to August. July or no to let's do this and make it on the 12-hour chart. And then it was following this shit. Take that off, boom, boom. Nope, it might not hit that low, actually. I don't think it's going to hit that. It's going to hit... Brain, work harder. it's not going to hit us. It's not going to hit 6.5 cents. Unless it breaks down and out of here, that actually could happen, because if you see stuff to the left, sometimes that is the true channel. So you could have a double-decker channel, unfortunately. It could. Let me make these a different color. It might. I have a feeling it. Gosh, this looks pretty. God, I should have shorted this piece of shit. It might. It could crash through the bottom of the double decker here, and then hit that point of control at 5.4 cents. I could see that happening. But actually, you know what? It's already getting rejected at that point of control as the beginning of potential. So it is going to hit this. And this is July. So yeah, it's going to hit 6.1 cents. It's going to hit 6.1. That's my guess. Exchange tokens for bear market KuCoin shares. That's where it's at. If you know of any others, they're good bets, but BNB, SEC stuff, you might want to stay away. Is VRA done? No, dude, I'm thinking about buying some in mid 2023, especially in February of 2023 or after. That's when I think the true bottom will be, and it might be 12K. And if it's not the bottom, then it will be a retest of Bitcoin's bottom, and VRA will be even lower anyway, because if it's bleeding versus Bitcoin. Wow, it's on Bitfinex. VRA's on Bitfinex now? What? That's a big... Yeah, VRA's... I don't think VRA is going anywhere. No, that's versus Bitcoin. Yikes. Ooh, it's going to break through there, isn't it? It's going to break through. It's going to hit this. What is this line? It's going here. Oh, Veracity's going to get its ass kicked. It's going to wick under this line and hit that. No. It might actually hit... It might hit that stuff here. So I would actually put a box there. And the top of that box aligns with that origin line. So yeah, I think it's going down to 1,000,000 zeros. 604 versus Bitcoin, VRA. That will be horrible volume. That's not enough. VRA. Why is oh, there it is at the top. Okay, well, remember, I made this box how long ago? After that flash crash, because people were mad at me for not telling them it was going to go that far, that fast. And people got mad at me when I'm providing free content about it's probably going down, but I didn't guess how far down it was going to go. So I made this video way back then, and that was in December, early December. So I said, okay, this is where it's going in a bear market. Did people think I was stupid? Absolutely. But most people who end up liking my channel, they first think I'm stupid. That's fine. I'm somebody who thinks people are stupid all the time. And a lot of times I realize, fuck, they were right. It happens. It happens. As long as you understand specific conditions under which you change your opinion. And with price, it's obvious because that person was right. You know, like shit. But in general, when you have an opinion, and you feel it's a strong opinion, you still have to be open to changing it if a certain parameter is met. And so There you go. But too bad. It's just, there's no way I can convince people of this, that the idea this is obviously going to be hit for me. But what's obvious to me, it's just like, no way. Like maybe down here and then off to all-time highs because I'm holding this coin. My average interest here, it's got it. So it's more emotions because people are watching their account go from, let's say they had $1,000 of crypto and now they have like 200. And they need it emotionally to go that high. Therefore, they don't want to listen to me because I said start holding tether right here over and over and over and over on that rally. What was your... Oh, yeah, I think Veracity going to make it. It's not even down here yet. It's fine. Yeah, Veracity will be just fine. It's not going to be at threat of making all-time lows, really. So, this is good. Just buy it around here. You're good. I have it labeled too. Might write these numbers down, put some limit buys in there, and wait 3 years. Probably be good. Don't put all your money in it, but 8% of your portfolio, 7%, just leave it sit there till it fills. Close your eyes, hibernate for 2 years. You'll probably be up like 50x. Good to go. Maybe not. Yeah, 50x. Let's see. No, probably up 10x. At minimum, because there's no guarantee Veracity will break its previous all-time highs. Just like I keep trying to tell people, there's no guarantee 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸 will beat its all-time highs, just like Litecoin didn't beat its all-time highs. XRP didn't beat its all-time highs. What beat a bunch of their all-time highs? Coins that never had an all-time high from 2017 because they were born in either in 2018 or 2019 or 2020. So now that they've been through a bull run, the next bull run, they probably aren't going to get that high. The vast majority won't. The safest bets that will, Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's it. Those are your only safe bets. If you want all-time highs. Or the new coins that come out after the bear market's cooling off. Those sexy coins that YouTubers talking about, that's where your money's going to be. Following the flavor of the month before it is too far above its weekly 10 EMA. If it's more than 80% away from its weekly 10 EMA, you have to wait. You don't chase green candles. You're going to make more money off the new shit that comes out next time. All the research you did this time, you probably wasted most of your time, I'm telling you. You're going to make more money with the new shit that new blood is going to want to buy. They're not going to give two shits about 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸. I'm telling you, I'm probably right. Am I right? I don't know. You don't know. But I'm probably right. 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸 could go 3x of its all-time high, but that's about it. All right. That would be it that I guess. I wouldn't make a guess beyond that. Obviously, it could go higher, but it won't go that much higher. All right. Margin. Okay, so somebody asked me a good question, and I botched this the first time somebody on my Discord asked me. So somebody asked the important question, what's the difference between futures and margin? It's very simple. Futures are IOUs. When you buy something or long something, all right, you're not longing or buying actual Bitcoin or actual Ethereum or actual NEAR or your 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸 on futures. It's an IOU. And the market for it, the order book that you see all the green up top and the red on bottom, or is it vice versa? Green on bottom, red on top. So the bottom and sell order and the top buy order, which are closest together, and then all the other orders up here and down there. All those orders are for IOUs. It's not the actual coin. And so the liquidity of that, of futures on small exchanges, is much lower. So on an altcoin, you can't really get by on a $2,000 to $3,000 position on a small alt on futures. On Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can get by with like 50 to 100K, and you could sell immediately and you're fine. And it sells exactly where you want it. But if you try, for example, on Dash, on futures, on KuCoin, they're IOUs. The number of buying and selling of IOUs of Dash on KuCoin is pretty light. So when I try to get a Dash long or something, just because I know how Dash moves, it's very similar to Bitcoin. I can only put like $1,000 position because wherever I want to set my stops, I can't manage my risk management. My risk management gets sabotaged by the lack of liquidity. Liquidity means there aren't enough people buying and selling at a certain time, right? So if I want to sell at a certain point, I'm actually selling deeper into the market book, farther away from what I want, and I either make less money than what I thought I was going to, or I lose more money in my risk management. When I calculate I'm only going to lose 3% on this trade, I actually lost 7%. Because when I tried to get out, there weren't enough people willing to take my order. And so I had to take other people's order farther away, right? So that is futures. Margin has huge advantages. I don't like the fees on KuCoin for it, by the way. So on futures, especially if you're limit buying and limit selling, you can get by on profit after fees with like a 0.4% move easily. On margin, I feel it's a little higher. I think they need to lower the rates. But margin is this. It's not IOUs. If you're margining Bitcoin short or Bitcoin long, it's actual Bitcoins that you're dealing with. It's just they're borrowed to you. So it's like bricks of gold. I'm trading gold on margin. I only have 1 brick of gold, but I want to trade with 10. Okay, somebody gives you 9 more, and now you have 9 or 10 things of actual gold. That's margin. That's the difference. IOUs versus the real fucking deal. Yes, 23K this week is, looking very probable at this point. All right. I think my wife's pissed off enough, so let me make sure I'm not missing a super chat or something. Hey, thanks, Mike. Or was it Josue? Josue, thank you for that. Top picks. Yeah, but KDA is a pretty good pick. And again, a lot of people didn't like my KDA video about, you don't even know anything about it. Yeah, but guess what? I know people who know what they're talking about, and they're a good source of information. And they're all about it. So I'm good to go. I can save my time. It's like copying off a smart kid off a test. I didn't need to study. Fuck, I got a straight A sitting right next to me. Screw this. I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm going to save my time and go mow my damn grass or feed my chickens or something. Pick a bunch of flowers for my... Oh, didn't I do a... Oh, no, that's not coming out till tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have a Twitter thing with a bunch of flowers. It's a bear market. It'll be funny. But anyway, or go de-head all of my fucking rose bushes. I'm actually not. Oh, I did get one cut. Yeah, I didn't bleed though. I actually got multiple. Not that bad though. I came out pretty unscathed. I was de-heading 12 bushes and about 4. I only have 3 climbers. Yeah, I only have 3 climbers. I should have gotten more climbers though. Damn. Oh well. Yeah, so I was de-heading roses for like an hour today because I want my second batch to be banging. All right. Because if you don't de-head them, it's just the energy usage of the plant and where the resources from the roots and where it drives water, it's a little different. I'm a plant person, by the way. I like plants and cats and like other people's dogs because dogs are a pain in the ass. All right. The only reason BTC is where it's at, the Fed made money cheap, created fake money. Yes, that's all true, BTC would be at where it was in March of 2020 if not for the same pump of the Fed. So wait, before I look at March 2020, no, I totally disagree with that statement. Absolutely not. Because Bitcoin would not have raced up to 60K or 58 or whatever it was in March. 60, it might have been 64 there. I thought it was April though, but yeah, it's in the 50s or 60s. No, that aggressive run on Bitcoin was because of the easy money, 0 or even, I think it was 0 interest rates. It was free fucking money. Big corporations were having a heyday getting around the loopholes of too much pay for CEOs, freaking with buybacks of shares. Because that free money being tossed around the elite? No, I don't think that's true at all. I think maybe I read your question wrong. BTC right now would be at, so okay, Fed made money cheap. Yes, that is correct. And had that not happened, Bitcoin would not have gone up as aggressively. But I haven't read your whole question, so maybe I'm mistaken here. Hold on. And create a fake economy. Okay. BTC would be at where it was in March 2020. Oh, 2020. Oh, I did misread. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, I apologize. I fully apologize. March 2020. Oh, at 5K? Maybe 12K. Maybe, I don't know about 5K. But yeah, I mean, but you have a point though. This run would not have been as great without the free money. Okay, yes, I agree with that. I was thinking up here. So this is March 2021. I apologize. I misread the year. I would say over here in this area in 12K. But you have a good reason, because we do have a global economic event happening with Russia, oil going crazy, and then Bitcoin would go bam. So I mean, I think you could be about right. I think you're a little low, but your logic is sound. Now that I realize I missed one number, I thought I said 2021, or actually no, I did read 2020. My brain was thinking 2021 in the charts. All right. Okay, so Frosian, part 1 of 2. Hey man, so as long as you mentioned before, crypto and traditional markets like NASDAQ have been correlated for some time. Is this capitulating to the point of decut? No. This capitulation is because the big boys already know they're going to sell off next week. They're just making money with Bitcoin first. So they can then take profits and then do the same in the traditional market. This is like almost guaranteeing the direction of the stock market, because it's the same people. The only reason BTC is okay, good. Did I miss your first one, Frosian? No. Oh, Crypto Constar. Sorry, I missed your question. Okay, about BPRO. Have you ever been keeping up to date with BPRO news? Tell you the trade-off price rather than fundamentals, but it's looking really exciting. Yeah, I mean, I hold a quarter of the BPRO that I want. Did I buy it at 0.004? Or no, 0004. Wait, hold on. Or 004. Shit, I'm forgetting zero. I haven't looked at BPRO in so long because there's no point in looking at altcoins. Yeah, I bought it over here. So after this, I thought it was going to make a higher low. 0.003. So yeah, I bought the quarter of what I wanted there. God, it's already in my, it's going to go lower. Shit. Yeah, so I'm going to buy another quarter of the 4 quarters that I want when Bitcoin's at a bottom. I'm going to sell into that rally at some place. I won't tell everybody. And then I'll buy final blow about a year after Bitcoin bottoms. And then I'll at least have like 20 million BPRO or something. Maybe not that much. Maybe like 8 to 12 to 15, something like that. But yeah, my goal is to have over 10 million BPRO. And it doesn't cost that much money when it's that low. When it's under 0.001, it's a 000 something. It doesn't take a lot of money. Yeah. Okay, part 2. The reason why I asked CPI Friday answered oversold territory and might experience the bear market spike. No, that was the bear market spike. The bear market spike died with that CPI release data. So here's no. NASDAQ racing up to about 13,000 was the spike. And so the whole spike was this. They were anticipating that CPI data came specifically to meet the expectations. Even though the expectations were bad, that doesn't create the reaction of the stock market. The expectations had been set and all priced down were baked into it already. Okay? To the expectations. So leading up to the expectations, what did Bitcoin and NASDAQ do? Fucking went sideways until the release, which I got my ass kicked during that, like an idiot, not realizing it's going to go sideways until they release it. Yeah. Gosh, even though I got all that money back and more from today, but still, I just fucking $300 of fees and every day it sucked. But anyway, it's me being stupid. I should have known it was going to go sideways. Anyway, so it was baked in. The rally was anticipation of CPI data meeting expectations or maybe exceeding them, right? Which would give hopes that the federal monetary policy, the Fed, they would consider backtracking and printing more, which would make the NASDAQ party go up at least to 13.7. But it only rallied up to 12.9 or 13 or wherever it got because the anticipation of CPI data meeting expectations, so that the Fed might have the chance of then backing off. And I think they have that announcement in July 13th or something, where they're going to, announce what they're going to do. But now that it came out so bad, so that caused the rally. That was the pre-rally. It was the front run of the rally. The rally would have gone to 13.3 or 13.7 if the CPI data came back as expected. Therefore, people could make the expectations and further front run the thought before the announcement that they might soften monetary policy and not make money more expensive, essentially, right? And money expensive in terms of loans and cheap, free money for the big elite. Now that the big elite know they're not going to get free money and the party's over, that pre-rally is done and it's going to sell off, like with a high probability. And there's not even much of a chance of a fake out to the upside, because when they do that, big money creates fake outs. They have smart data scientists who create a risk reward model ratio before they decide to try to pump it in one direction, because there's a chance they're wrong and they get their asses handed to them. And because of that data, there's no way anybody with a lot of money is going to try to create a bull trap. It's not going to happen. The trend will succeed. That rally's over. And I am very confident with that statement. Could I be wrong? Yeah, but I'm probably not going to be. And when I'm not so confident about things, I let people know, right? So I've had on my channel all the time, I don't know. It could go up, it could go down, it could go sideways. But here are the exact ways to tell when one becomes more probable. So I'm not always being cocky and confident, right? When I'm not confident, I explain to you that I'm not, when I would, and show you when you should too, and let you know that I'm sorry I can't give a better analysis. I can't guess until one of these parameters happens. Does that make sense? But with this, I'm exceptionally confident. Exceptionally confident. All right. Gotta hope the Sailor goes bankrupt. No, Sailor won't go bankrupt. He'll be fine. He'll look like a genius in 4 to 5 years. You predicted 27K. Yeah, 27K in June is exactly what happened. Good job. July 5K? Motivational channel, I don't know. I would lick your charts if it hit 5K in July. And I would be a multi-millionaire in a few years if Bitcoin hit 5K in July. Because the next bull run, I would just be taking so much money from noobs and alts, thinking that it's up forever. Oh my God. If Bitcoin really hit 5K, every altcoin, including Cardano, Cardano already lost 99% of its value, but including Ethereum would go down 99%. Maybe only 97 for Cardano. For Ethereum. Maybe. But Cardano would go over 99% down. Bitcoin hit 5K. That would be sick. I'm the pro at crypto and traditional markets. I'm good at charting traditional markets. I need my weakness is understanding global policy better, but my VIP calls, I have VIPs who educate me on that, and I try to give you the gist on YouTube too. And it's not my information, it's other people educating me. So pay for, yeah, so motivation channel, you're right. That is one thing that one of my VIPs who talks most about the traditional market and global finance, he says, yes, Bitcoin could really tank way below 12 down to 5 potentially, because this recession could get so bad, supply chain issues get out of control, gas goes to $10, not in California, but in the Midwest, and people, they don't give two shits about investing in crypto. That, but I just don't see that. Well, yeah, with inflation, it really could. I think that's worst case scenario. I don't think it's the most probable, but I think it is on the table. Like a strong wick below 6,200, then it snaps right back up to 12, comes back down to test 62, and then travels up to 20. It could happen. I think it could happen. In my opinion, I think it could happen. I would say the strongest wick possible is down to 62, and then it snaps right back up to 10 and hovers. But 5K, I guess, yeah. If this gets bad, where there's violence on the street because people can't eat, I mean, yeah, there ain't gonna be no one to buy a Bitcoin. No one's gonna talk about it. All right, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Damn, you had 1,000 BTC in 2020. I liquidated in October and I bought oil futures. Dude, motivational channel, you fucking played it right, bro. If you had 1,000 BTC for 2012, got out fairly recently in October, which was during October 21 was during the last pump up before 69K in November. So you sold it around 55K. 2012 would mean like 700 to 50. Yeah. And then you bought oil. Yeah. You're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. Good job. That's a fucking good play, dude. That's a fucking good play. Thoughts? Yeah, Ethereum will go to 850 or 650 on a wick. That simple. And I already have a video uploaded to go tomorrow. But this blue line, it's just a real quick, and then I'm hanging this up. So just real quick, and I'm making a fuller video on this tomorrow. So this is all of Ethereum price history. Blue line bottom, blue line bottom, blue line. What? Yeah. So when it gets there, that's $1,000. It wicked under last time. If it wicks under this time, that's $650 to $850. That's simple. But that's best case. Why? Because this bull run and went all the way up to the blue line. See that blue? Actually, wait. My microphone's messing this up. There you go. So see this blue? Let me Here we go. So let me make myself smaller. There we go. All right. So Ethereum. So these are the master origin lines. This is not an indicator. I built this myself. All right, so top of the line bull market, bottom of the blue line bear market. So this time, Ethereum went down 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, 4 steps lower. So why would its bottom be the same blue line that it bottomed last time, coming up 4 steps higher? Best case is a wick below this at 850. What's more realistic is that it wicks below the next line down, bare minimum, so I have to copy these, drag them, and it's more realistic. It flies past that, wicks below this one, all the way down to 490. Much more realistic. Best case, $850 Ethereum is the wick low for all this bear market. And I explain it in a video I think it's only going to be a Twitter video tomorrow. So here's my Twitter. For those imbeciles who don't follow me yet, you freaking freeloaders, you don't even follow me. You didn't hit the like button. What is going on? Didn't even leave me an emoji comment to help the YouTube algo. Worst freeloaders ever. No. So if there is one thing you all, as a channel can help me do to keep giving you solid information, which I feel is better than the vast majority of what you're going to find out there on YouTube for non-news. So I'm a non-news person. Is the analytics of YouTube are showing me. So the viewers that I get, I according to YouTubers who teach YouTube, like vidIQ, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he said, if you can ever get your purple line over your blue line, you win YouTube. Well, my purple line is way too far above my blue line to the point it's a problem. So purple means returning viewers, and blue line means new viewers. So like YouTube, if they just like gave me new viewers, like suggested more people, I would retain them more than the vast majority of any other YouTuber. So what the hell? So I'm trying to drive new viewers. That's why I'm doing a lot more altcoins like KDA, the hot flavors of the month, to try to get them over, realize your altcoin's going to fucking fall down. They're going to think I'm stupid, but in 3 months they'll realize I'm right, and then I'll get a wave of new viewers. But once I get through one of those 3-month cycles, then it'll constantly be new viewers, because people think I'm stupid, then they come back in 69 days. Stupid, think 90 days, and those 60 to 90 keep staggering where I should get. So, like, I don't know, just like if you have friends who don't believe your coins, that their coins are going down that low and you just can't get through to them, just try to link them to my, my stuff. That'd be pretty helpful for me. I do have a lot of mouths to feed here. And I'm trying to give you, I mean, like if you notice, like most YouTubers talk about Bitcoin price, they talk about the 30% to 70% of their video from one day is the same shit they talked about yesterday. My videos, are they like that? Nope. My intro to show you how fucking spot on I was and being a dickhead and rubbing it in your face, but that's about it. So yeah, try to do that for me. That'd be helpful. Also, make sure you're hitting those thumbs up on, I'm not going to ask you to freaking leave a comment every single video, because the bots are already doing that for me that I don't pay for. They're free bots. Thank you, bots. But hitting thumbs up and maybe sharing my video around Reddit, or other, communities that aren't paid for communities. So don't try to link my stuff to other people who are trying to make a living off crypto. Don't go on to a really good trader. I think his name's 𝙏𝙧𝙗𝐸. Don't be post on him, oh, this guy's good. Nothing like that. Don't sabotage other people's businesses, but Reddit, whatever, that'd be helpful for me. Tuesday, Thursday, next week, 7 p.m. New York time. And yeah, so this bear market does not have a chance to being done until Ethereum has hit $850. Just got Tim Fat worldwide. Peace.